We were drunk. Like, we were straight drunk.
We were drunk.
Really? Like, I know, I didn't feel it afterwards. But maybe we were just giddy or something. But
just in a mood.
I had 10 minutes of content. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our show. I'm Cyrus, and I'm looking forward to drinking some wine with you this evening.
And I'm Brittany, and I studied 10 minutes before this test.
That's more than me. Jeez. Well, we've made it, folks. It's our final episode of the season, which means, as always, it's our quiz. I'm not ready.
I am so ready. That 10 minutes really did something.
Well, you'll notice that there are no glasses on here. That's because our helpful assistant, MC Clap Your Hands, will be bringing us some wine to drink, which he bought for us with a budget that we provided. So we know the relative budget. We just don't know what it is we're getting. The format will be 2 reds and then 2 whites and maybe a little surprise at the end. So
$100 was our budget?
$100 was the budget. With that, let's get right into it.
Awesome.
Question 1. All right. Well, we are competing, so I'm going to take notes here, and we'll get back to you in a couple minutes.
Good luck.
Good luck. So the criteria for Ms. MC Clap Your Hands buying these wines was that it had to be from one of the countries that we tried this season, and that's it. So initial thoughts here, it's got kind of blackberry and definitely some oak and vanilla. It's pretty warm, alcoholic. I've definitely got a couple grapes in mind. Country's going to be harder, but country's where we score the big points since that is the theme this season.
Yeah, I think that I have sort of maybe an idea. It's very thick wine. It's a very good wine. I think that it's somewhat savory with this mushroomy taste, sort of. And I would say it's a little woody too. It's a little dirty in a way, but is brought back in with that cherry flavor for sure. So I think it's a very well blended, whatever it is. Very well made. It's a good red, I would say.
Sweet. Well, I'm going to take one last taste here and then maybe take into account what you were tasting there, and we'll see what we come up with.
No cheating.
One thing that didn't come through on the first tasting for me was a little bit of a green quality. That's making me change my decisions, of course, in kind of real time. But I think I'm probably just going to go with that first gut instinct that I had when I first tasted it.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting because the smell brings in different notes than the taste for sure. So I was expecting something different after I gave it a quick whiff, but I think that there's a lot going on with this wine.
Well, we've tasted it. I've written a guess down, but we won't reveal what those are until we've tasted them all. So why don't we move on to our second wine?
Absolutely. Oh, gee, butter snubs.
Alrighty. Here comes our next wine. I can see it. Question 2. A little more red in color than the other one. Well, Brittany, do you want to go first on this one?
I mean, I noted that there's not a lot going on here. I think that it's definitely going to be one grape. And it's really dry and very high in alcohol content. It's okay. It's just really bitter, I think.
I think we have differing opinions here. I think it's a little less bitter than you, and I also think there's a touch of sweetness to start. I agree that it does fade out. But I'm getting like cherry, red berries, like gasoline. The smell smells really complex, but the taste gives me less. I agree. There's a little bit less. It's very alcoholic, and that alcohol and kind of outpowers a lot of things. Touch of tannins, I think, again, the grape, I agree. I can probably pick one out. The country, a little less clear, but I think I have one in mind as well. I think I have more of a guess for this one than the first.
That's kind of funny because I feel like I have a guess for the first one, but not this one.
Alrighty, well, I guess we're ready to move on to our third wine. So let's wait for our assistant Big Head Burton to grab us our next glasses. Wow, so prompt.
Very clear. It almost looks buttery.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't what that just smelled like. This is going to be tough. What have you done to us? That is such an interesting wine. Initial thoughts here. This is very floral on the nose. Super aromatic. A little nail polish remover as well kind of deal. Such an interesting smell. I thought this was going to be really hard. Then I got into the taste. It's sweet, honey, apple, some bubbles, and then a kind of lime tart finish. It definitely sent me to a place. I think that I have something, but I was pleasantly surprised. It's a really cool wine.
Yeah, I think this one's very delightful. Just in summary, I would say almost like a sweet lemon yogurt. It's just that creaminess and zestiness in a wine that is really delicious. So it's a little difficult, but I really like this wine.
Well, I think I'm ready on that one. I detected maybe a touch of salt at the end, which could throw off my guess because I don't think my original guess had like a salty element. But
yeah, be careful.
I'm going to go with it.
Okay. I guess we're ready for our next wine. Ovaltine Jenkins.
In case you couldn't hear that on camera, he whispers, "No pressure," as he leaves. So that's fun. Similarly light color. Want to give us some initial thoughts, Brittany?
Well, I don't have a lot. In summary, I would say that this white wine is sort of a little boring. But it's not bad. It's just, it's not what we're typically used to, I guess. It's, I think, lemon and sour. And when I gave it a whiff, I was like, that kind of smells a little gross. But it's like wine gross, the good gross. You know what I mean?
Fermented, yeah. I thought it really smelled like that Sauvignon Blanc episode we did where we tried 5 Sauvignon Blancs in a row. Not to influence your thinking, but this reminds me of that.
No, that's what I wrote down. I could show you.
It's fine.
I did, I swear.
I also wrote, it's a little bland. There's some orange rind kind of and citrus.
It's almost pit-like, like the pit of a fruit.
There is something a little like, clotted cream or a little bit, a little bit gross, a little bit rotten.
But it's very subtle.
It is, and it's mostly just on the smell. The taste isn't at all like that. So, it's really interesting, but only on the nose, really, and then on the taste, it's a little bland.
Yeah.
The question is, what country is it from? Well, it's time to write down some guesses and then do the big reveal, I suppose.
Yep, we'll be back for that. I don't know why, but I just thought of Heidi Klum's crazy costume this year for Halloween. Did you find out what that was?
No.
It was a worm. She was legit in like this sack.
Oh, I think I saw.
Very detailed, crazy worm costume that legitimately looked like a giant worm.
I think I saw a meme on Twitter about this that was like,
it was scary.
My fiance, and then it showed a picture of like a worm or something.
Probably was that. It had a face, but it's like, it was very unsettling. Definitely look it up.
Which wine reminded you of the worm?
I'm comfortable being ugly for like 10 seconds. It's fine.
That's a trap. Alrighty, well, I think we're ready for the big reveal here. Do you have your answers written down?
I do, and I'm nervous. What do you have, Cyrus?
So I have the country is South Africa, and the grape is Syrah or Shiraz. I did think that it's possible that it was a Pinot Noir because of that green kind of note, but like peppery note. But I did end up going with Shiraz.
I agree that I did get a peppery note, and I just feel like there's so much to this wine that my guess became a sort of red blend. I was almost like maybe it's a blend of like Cab Sav, Merlot, Grenache, those sorts of things.
Sure.
It was very just unique in a sense, and it just had so much going on. So I felt like it was a red blend from Italy, let's say 2018 at 14.5% alcohol.
Yeah, I think it was up there in the alcohol as well. And I'll also go with, 2018. So it had a little age.
Great.
Our assistant here, Home Skillet, will give us the answer. What do we have? Place that there.
What was the year?
2018. I think Brittany pretty much nailed this one. It's Chateau La Rose Trentadon Haute Médoc. So it's 60% Cabernet Sauvignon, 40%
wow.
Merlot. Is that, yep, 40% Merlot. And it's a 2018 French wine. So I think you pretty much nailed that.
I am so impressed with myself. That is incredible. I was very close in terms of the alcohol volume, but
yeah, it's 14%.
Everything. What is going on? That 10 minutes of studying, I promise you, it works every time.
Well, let's move on to wine number 2.
I guess so.
And what did you have for this one?
All right. So this one was a stumper. It's interesting that you thought this one was Pinot Noir, because I thought this second wine was actually Pinot Noir from Africa. And I said it came in at 13.5% alcohol. It seemed less alcoholic than the first one. Mm-hmm. And I would say maybe 2021.
Yeah. So I had that this was the Cabernet Sauvignon. This I had from Argentina. I thought it was New World like you. I didn't think it was Europe. The kind of cherry and like gasoline bits made me think it's like pretty warm as well. Made me think New World. And yeah, I went with Argentina. So I was thinking it's a Cabernet Sauvignon, but it doesn't taste like Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon. So I went with, but I still thought it was New World, so I went with Argentina.
Well, that's interesting. So let's see what we got.
This one's the Shiraz. I messed those up. But this one's from the McLaren Vale. That's a really nice. That's a really nice area.
I'm so surprised. We love Shiraz, but this one just didn't hit it for us, I would say.
And it's interesting. This one's even more alcoholic than the first, 14.5. So this one hid the alcohol way more, 14.5%.
Oh, that is really strange. It's just way too bland. And I think that that's why I thought it was just one grape variety, but I wouldn't have guessed Shiraz. Maybe it was just super earthy and it just didn't jump out to me.
Yep, it was a little one note for sure.
Maybe the high alcohol content covered it a little. Yeah.
Pretty good guesses so far, I'd say.
Not too bad.
Let's move on to our third wine.
All right, Cyrus. So what did you have for our third wine?
Well, this one was probably my favorite of the bunch. Super aromatic, super floral. Definitely throwing me off there at the end as I went to retaste it and got a touch of salt. So that could throw off my guess. But my first thought was this is a Riesling probably from the Mosel in Germany. But that salt at the end made me think maybe it's a little more Mediterranean. But I kind of locked in my guess. I think that's what I'm going to go with. And I'll just say that saltiness was the minerality, that I was missing. So I think that's what I'm going to go with.
Interesting. I think I went a little different. I said a wine from Germany, Albarino, 2019 at 13% alcohol.
Interesting. So we both went Germany for this one.
Right. Which I don't know. It's just giving me that sense. And I agree that I got the saltiness from it. So I think we had the same idea on that.
Yeah, we'll see. It could have been, even farther south and had a little more warmth, but I thought that it wasn't, just based on the smell, that it wasn't so warm.
I agree. So, Wally Ali, will you show us our third wine?
This is the Daily August by August Kessler. It is a Rheingau Riesling from Germany, 11.5%. Damn. Well, score one on the board for Cyrus.
Definitely. I mean, we both said Germany.
It is a Riesling from Germany, from the Mosel.
It's really, really good.
11.5%.
11.5%.
But
alcohol.
You got the Germany as well, so well done.
It tasted more alcoholic, I guess. What was the year?
The year is a 2017, so it's a little bit of age on there.
It is so good. Buy this Riesling.
Yeah, and I guess this must have been under our price cap here, so pretty affordable as well.
Incredible. I'm really impressed with this one.
Cool. Well, one more wine to go.
Oh, goodness.
What do you got for this one, Brittany?
So for our last wine, which was probably my least favorite, but it wasn't terrible. I would say that it's a U.S. wine, Sauvignon Blanc, and that it comes in at 12% alcohol, and it's 2020.
I'm the same. It's a U.S. Sauvignon Blanc, 2020. I had 12.5% alcohol, so maybe a tiny bit more alcoholic. But I had to hit that classic Mimi 12.5%. And watch us both be wrong. But at least we agree on one of the four. So
we do it for the meme.
Well, why don't we get our trusty assistant, Matt, in here to help us see what this fourth wine is.
We were so
wrong. Dang.
What happened?
So this is, first of all, it's from Spain, 13.5%. It's a Godello, which I've never heard of. And yeah, we screwed the pooch on that one.
We really did. I'm really upset about it.
Dang.
And I feel really bad about this wine. I'm so sorry.
Well, I mean, no, you had our honest review. We didn't like it.
It's true. We didn't love it. It was fine.
It had the orange rind thing going, but I pretty much, everything else I was just like, eh.
Otherwise, we gave it a good go.
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty happy with getting 1 out of 4.
Same, actually. I started off on a really good note, and then you came swooping back in, which is nice. So it shows that we put in the effort.
Well, we've got one more surprise for you, so stay tuned.
We do? What's happening?
We made it to the end of the season, and I had a bottle of real champagne hidden in the cabinet here. I've never had real champagne. I don't know if you have, but I feel like it's a celebration. We've made it to the end of the season.
Cyrus!
So let's celebrate. So this is Champagne Jacques Laurent. It's a 2020, and the style is Grande Reserve Brut. So let's get this open.
Fragrant. We did it. 3 seasons.
Yeah, super exciting. Thanks for staying with us, everybody. This has been an amazing ride, and I am happy to still be doing it.
Me too. It's been so fun, and like you said, we appreciate it so much.
Well, we're going to take a short break between seasons, but never fear. ItsWine will return at some point.
Big plans.
Yeah, expect some changes. So, yeah, we will. We'll see you all very soon.
We'll miss you.
And as always, I look forward to drinking some more wine with you.
And I with you, Cyrus.
Alrighty, bye now.
Bye.
That's not very cash money.